guys, welcome to another episode of Control Alt Teach podcast. Today we're exploring how media and technology shape the future of education. We got 3 pre-service educators, Lucy,
Jacqueline, and Olivia.
We want to share some helpful resources that foster critical thinking, empower student voice, and support equity in our classroom. Let's get into it. So Jacqueline, what do you got?
I'm excited to introduce you to Thinglink, an interactive media platform that can really transform how we teach critical media literacy.
That sounds cool. What exactly is Thinglink?
It's a web-based tool that lets teachers and students embed multimedia like audio, video, and text. For example, students can annotate a screenshot of a news article or a social media post with fact checks or alternative perspectives.
What should educators know before using it?
First, it's super user-friendly and works with Google Classroom and Teams. But more importantly, we need to use it critically. Ask whose stories are being told and how media influences what we believe.
What about equity and accessibility?
So Thinglink is excellent for inclusion. It supports screen readers, audio overlays, and its flexible format supports students with diverse learning needs.
Where does Thinglink fit in terms of educational theory?
On the SAMR model, it ranges from modification like adding media to a typical visual analysis to redefinition like creating interactive media critiques or digital exhibits. It also fits well with the TPAC framework, combining tech with inquiry-based pedagogy and strong media literacy content.
So, how would you use it in your future classroom?
I'd use Thinglink in a media literacy unit where students analyze how news stories or advertisements portray different social groups. So each student will annotate a media image with links to source analysis, voice notes, or counter-narratives. It builds your ability to question media messages critically and reflect on power, bias, and representation.
Thank you, Jacqueline. That was a great dive into Thinglink. Now I'm shifting gears to introduce another powerful resource. Project Look Sharp is a media literacy initiative from Ethica College that provides free classroom kits with lesson plans, media documents, discussion guides, and assessments.
Interesting. So is it just for media studies, or it can be applied to other contexts and subjects?
Great question. It fits into various subjects: science, history, health, global studies, even psychology. Each case encourages students to ask critical questions like who created this message, who benefits, what is missing. It's about understanding how power and representation shapes the media we consume.
That sounds powerful. What should teachers consider before using it?
The website is designed to spark deep conversation about identity, system, and power. Teachers need to prepare students for thoughtful and sometimes challenging dialogues. Crucially, it promotes metacognition. Students reflect not only on what the media says, but on how their own beliefs and biases shapes their interpretation. This self-awareness is key for developing independent and critical thinkers.
So it's not just analysis, it's about building self-awareness and challenge narratives.
Exactly. It also opens up conversation about equity and social justice by exploring underrepresented narratives, such as indigenous resistance or the diverse perspective on climate change. On the SAMR scale, it shines at the modification and redefinition levels. Students might annotate real news articles or even design campaigns that challenge stereotype. Within the TPAC framework, it effectively integrates content knowledge, inquiry-based pedagogy, and technology.
Do you have an example of how you would use it in your classroom?
Certainly, I would adapt its media analysis approach for all elementary levels. Whether it's simple image discussion or deeper critique, students explore how people and ideas are represented in media. Project Look Sharp shows that media isn't just entertainment, it's a system of message and values. And by thinking critically about them, students build both awareness and agency.
That's such a meaningful way to empower students and also keep the work real and relevant, Olivia.
Thank you, definitely.
While you highlighted a resource that supports teachers, I want to shift the spotlight to students with KQED's Youth Media Challenge. It is a platform designed to help them build critical media literacy skills. Through audio commentaries, video essays, or opinion pieces, students critically explore real-world issues they care about. They are challenged to look deeper, to research, unpack bias, and reflect on inequality in the media they consume every day. And their work doesn't just sit on a Google Drive. It can be published on public media platforms.
Wow, that's amazing. And considering the goals of critical media literacy, how does this platform help meet those goals?
Great question. KQED is rooted in nonpartisan educational values. What I love is their focus on process, not position approach. Students are encouraged to share personal stories and support their arguments without being steered towards a specific ideology. This kind of open-minded structure creates room to speak up for underrepresented voice and help students connect deeply with the topics that matters to them.
Yeah, that aligns with what we talk about this semester. Students learning best when they are creating, not just absorbing. Does it connect to any of the theories we've explored?
Definitely. It connects strongly with constructionism. When students produce a podcast or video about something they care about, it becomes more than just an assignment. It's powerful and personal. One example that stuck with me was a podcast by student Leslie, who advocated for youth mental health where KQED made student-led storytelling possible.
Yeah, and as a future educator, how would you bring this into your own practice?
I would use it in a grade 9 language arts class during a unit on persuasive writing. But instead of just assigning essays, I would give students options, maybe a spoken word video, a podcast, or digital collage. Whatever helps them to express their message with an impact. It's about differentiation and using technological tools around us.
Yeah, resources like this don't just help students use media, they challenge them to question, reimagine, and reshape it. As future teachers, we play a key role in helping students navigate today's media-heavy world by teaching them to think critically and make informed choices. Alright, thanks for listening and please stay tuned for our next episode of Control Alt Teach.